Hey guys, it's Monday. It's May 4th, 2020. So happy to see you. I missed you guys. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope everyone is safe. Today is Mix and Match Monday. Okay, it's Mix and Match Monday. I'm going to show you a little of my mix and matchedness. Okay, I don't think that's a word, but I think I just made it up. Okay, so here's my hat. I have one earring on. I only have one earring on. I have this shirt on, and then I have these pants on, which I don't know if you can see. See my red and black pants and this shirt. It's definitely mismatched. That's not something that I would ever wear outside, but it's mismatched Monday. Okay, then I have on my pink Fitbit here, so I'm on like all of these crazy colors. I have on a black sock and a pink sock. I have one earring on, so that's my mix match Monday. Okay, so it's mix and match your clothes for today. Okay, I can't wait to see these pictures because I know some of you are very creative, so I can't wait to see that. Okay, we're gonna jump right in. I also found this to let you guys know that you are awesome. Found my card. This is You Are Awesome. I was thinking about you guys when I found my card because you guys are awesome. Okay, we're gonna jump right into our spelling words now. Our spelling words this week are called contractions. Okay, so I want everyone to repeat that: contractions. Okay, now we have talked about contractions this year so far. Okay, now contractions are words. It's a word that is shortened by two words. Okay, so you have a contraction, it is made up of two words, and then it gets shortened into one word. Okay, because the word contract means to make smaller. If something contracts, it gets smaller. So a contraction is a shortened form of two words. Okay, and I'm going to show you a couple of examples. Okay, now I hope when I start showing you examples, you guys start to say, oh, I remember that, and this refreshes your memory. Okay, all right, so I'm going to give you an example. So we could say, I am very sad. Okay, now I and am are two separate words, but when we have a contraction, okay, we are going to shorten this and we are going to put these two words together to make one word. Now, with a contraction, we always use the first word, the whole first word, except there is one word that's an exception, and I'll tell you that after. So we use the whole first word. So I'm going to use, that's the whole first word, I'm going to use it. Now, I can say I am very sad, or I can say I'm very sad. So I'm going to take these two words, I'm going to make them into one word. So I'm going to shorten them, I'm going to contract them together. Now, I usually take away or omit at least one letter. Sometimes it is more than that from the second word. So in this particular example, I'm going to get rid of the A. Now, when I take away one of those letters, I have to have something to replace it. So in this case, I replace the letters with an apostrophe. Kind of looks like a comma, but it is at the top instead of at the bottom. So this is an apostrophe. It replaces this A. Now I bring my M over, and I am very sad can now become I'm very sad. Okay? So I'm hoping that this is refreshing your memory a bit, and you remember apostrophe, and you remember putting two words together to create another word. Okay? All right, I'm going to go over another one. So we can say you can not go to the store. Okay, sorry, I don't know if you guys can see that all the way. You cannot go to the store. Now, I can also say you can't go to the store. So think about what I just told you about contractions. Contractions are two words that we shorten. Okay, it's a shortened form of two words. So we're going to put these two words together to make another word. So instead of saying you cannot go to the store, I'm going to say you can't go to the store. So our first rule was we use the entire first word when we are making a contraction. So I'm going to keep the word can. I'm using that whole first word. I'm not omitting anything, and I'm not adding anything. Now I want to change cannot to can't. So you can think about what you hear. Can't. So now the second part was, we said that you have to omit or get rid of or take away something from the second word. So in this particular case, I'm getting rid of that N and that O because I want this to say can't. So now when I omit the N and the O, I'm going to replace it with an apostrophe. Then I'm just going to bring this T over, and now here is my can't. Okay? All right, next one. Is not. She is not going to school tomorrow. Now, here are my two words. I want to make a contraction. First thing I know is that, okay, in all words where we make a contraction, we use that very first word. We use the entire word, except for one that I'm going to tell you about later. So in this case, we're using is. There it is. Now, she isn't going to school. Isn't. So now, I'm going to actually use this N, but I don't need this O. So I'm omitting it. I'm taking it out. I'm getting rid of it. And in the place of that O, when I get rid of a letter, what do I have to do? I have to add an apostrophe. Then I want to bring this T over, and now I have isn't. Okay? Slide this over a little bit. All right, now our next one. We will. So we will go to the store. We will go to the store. I want to change this to will. So again, what's my first rule? Use the entire first word. So I have we. Now I want to make we will into wheel. Okay? Don't need any of that. So think about what you hear. Wheel. I'm adding my apostrophe. And then I'm going to bring the double L's over. So this is wheel. Okay? We will or wheel means the same thing. We are just changing the words into one word. We're shortening those two words. Okay? So now I have you will, and I want to change that to you'll. And you'll start to see some of the patterns, like with the double L at the end, what we do. So here is you will. I want it to be you'll. So again, I use that entire first word, so I'm using my you. Now, you'll. We don't need the W or the I, so we're omitting it. Now, when I omit that, I have to then put something in its place. I put that apostrophe in its place. And now I bring over my double L, so this becomes you'll. Okay? This one is a pretty easy one. It is going to be nice outside. So instead of it is, I can say it's. Now again, I bring my whole first word over. It. Now I want to change this to it's. So I don't have a need for that I. I'm omitting it. When I omit that, I need to put an apostrophe in its place. Then I bring the S over. This becomes it's. Okay, so it's going to be nice outside. It is going to be nice outside. Okay, just remember that when we're doing contractions, we basically are using those two words to make one word, okay? We're shortening that word. We're combining those two words, okay? That's what makes it a contraction. But in the place of the letters that we take out or omit, we are putting what's called an apostrophe, okay? That's really important. All of these words are contractions. Now, when you write the word, you must also write the apostrophe. If you don't write the apostrophe, even though it would be spelled correctly, it would be almost considered wrong because contractions do have apostrophes. So please make sure when you are practicing these that you practice with the apostrophe. That's the whole point, okay? All right, now we're going to move on to did not. She did not go to sleep last night, or she didn't. So again, here's my rule. I have the whole first word that I'm using, then didn't. So I hear that N. I don't need that O. I omit the O, put an apostrophe in its place, bring that T over. Did not becomes didn't. Okay? Next one. That is. That is a great idea. Okay, now I'm going to change that is to that's. So I'm using that whole first word, which is that. Now I want to make it that's. I don't have a need for that I. So in the place of that I that I've omitted, I put my apostrophe and my S. There's that's. Okay? I will make a decision by tomorrow. Or I'll. So my first rule, bring that whole first word over. Okay? Whole first word in this case is I. Now I want to make it I'll. So I don't need that W. I don't need that I. I'm omitting it. Putting that apostrophe, bringing the double L over becomes I'll. And then our last one is was not. There was not school on Friday. Okay. Now I want to change was not to wasn't. Okay. Now in my head, what am I saying? Okay, what's my rule? I use the whole first word. There it is. Was. Now wasn't. Need that N. I do not need that O. I'm going to omit it. And as I omit it or take it out, I'm now going to add an apostrophe in its place. Bring my T over. There's wasn't. Okay. Now, those are all of our spelling words, but I just want to show you the one exception to this rule. So we could say, she will not go outside. Okay. Now, this is the only contraction that is made of two words where we do not use the whole first word. Every other contraction, you use that entire first word when you are shortening and combining those two words together, okay? So will not. She will not go outside, or she won't go outside. So this one becomes a little tricky. We don't say she willn't, okay? That's not how it's said, and that's not a word. So we don't use that whole first word only in this case. When we change it, we only use that W. Now we add an O, and then we come over and we add the N, omit that O and put an apostrophe, and we change will not to won't. Okay? So will not does not become willn't, it becomes won't. I just wanted to show you that because that is the one exception when you are doing contractions where you don't use that entire first word. Okay, so those are our spelling words for the week. Please, please, please make sure you are practicing them. Make sure that you are writing that apostrophe because that's really important. Okay, even if you spell it correctly, like I said, you have to have that apostrophe there. Okay, now we'll go over our high frequency words. Okay, all right, first one is I, E-Y-E, and here it is. This is not I, like I am going to the store, okay? This is a homophone or a hominin. These are words that sound the same but are spelled differently and mean different things. This I is this I right here. That's what we're talking about, okay? That's a difficult word to spell because you really don't hear most of what's in this word, okay? Next one, might, M-I-G-H-T, might. Along, A-L-O-U-N-G, along. And last week we had long as one of our words. So now we're just adding this A, which sometimes says the sound. And here's the sound again. Again. A-G-A-I-N. Again. When. W-H-E-N. When. Head. H-E-A-D. Head. Here's my head. Learn, L-E-A-R-N, learn. Some, S-O-M-E, some. Great. Okay, so those are our high frequency words. Please make sure, excuse me guys, please make sure that you are practicing your high frequency words. You know I don't give you an assignment with your high frequency words. That's completely up to you. So make sure when you are studying this week that you do study your high frequency words because it's very important, okay? High frequency words are all up to you. You can skywrite them. You can write them on the table. Okay, whatever you want to do, it's completely up to you. Practice those words, okay? Now, for your work for the day, you have your independent reading, same as always. Today is Monday, so make sure you start a new log for this week. All I ask you to do is the date, the name of the book, and the minutes. That's it, okay? But I need to make sure that you're reading every day, okay? Please don't think you're just fooling Miss Salerno if you just write down random books and times and you're not reading, because your reading level is not going to go up, okay? If you just hand in a reading log at the end of the week, but you haven't actually done the work, your reading is not going to improve. The only way your reading improves is if you practice, okay? So I need you to do that. Go to Raz Kids, read a book, however you want to do it, wherever you want to get the book from, but that's your first assignment. Second assignment is your spelling words. You need to write your spelling words 3 times each, and make sure when you're writing them that you have that apostrophe in every single word. Every one of our words is a contraction. Everyone has an apostrophe except for the 2 extra credit words. This week, since we're doing contractions, I gave you the 2 extra credit words for 11 and 12, okay? It's ouch and house. So it's not going to be a secret this week. You know what the bonus words are already, okay? Now, also, your story for today is not in our book. Your story is attached right here into the assignment, okay? It's called Wilma Jean, the Worry Machine. Wilma Jean, the Worry Machine, okay? And it's actually a video where they're going to be reading you the story. So you have to watch the video, okay? I posted it here. So you're going to watch it. It's going to read you the story, Wilma Jean, the Worry Machine. Once you have listened to the story, there's also a story map, okay? A story map is like a graphic organizer that you just have to complete, okay? Basically, it asks you about the setting, the characters, the problem, okay? And then it asks you to tell about events in the beginning, middle, and end. So you are going to fill that graphic organizer out. That is your assignment, okay? Then lastly, you have your journal writing, okay? Now your journal writing, overall, most of you have been getting much, much better with your journal writing. I'm very, very, very happy, and I'm very impressed with some of your writing, okay? There are a few of you who are still only writing a couple of sentences, and that must improve, okay? Because remember, 2nd grade is right around the corner, guys. I know it's hard to think of that right now because we're not in school. It seems far away, but it's really not. Okay, we have about 6 weeks left of 1st grade. Then we go on summer vacation. Then it's time for 2nd grade, and they want you to write, okay? So please make sure you're doing at least 6 to 8 paragraphs. Your journal writing is, my favorite birthday present was. So that is your opening. My favorite birthday present was. You finish that sentence. That's your first sentence. Now you're going to tell me all of the reasons why this particular gift was your favorite birthday present, okay? That's what you're writing about. Tell me all of the reasons why whatever you chose is your favorite birthday present, okay? So you're giving me all your reasons. Then at the end, you have a closing. These are the reasons why blank was my favorite birthday present, okay? Remember, you're restating what you said at the beginning. That's what a closing is, okay? You open with what your paragraph's going to be about, you tell me about it, and then at the end you just close it, okay? So you kind of go back to what you said at the beginning. And then make sure you're getting on Lexia Core 5. Very, very, very important, because I'm giving grades out. Every weekend I put my grades in. I'm a little behind. I didn't check all of your tests from Friday yet, but you get a grade for Core 5 and you get a grade for iReady. If you make your minutes, you get a 100. If you don't, I keep going down, 90, 80, 70, depending on how far under you are on your minutes. Very important. Please make sure that you are getting your minutes, okay? And as always, if you have any questions, put a comment in Google Classroom and I will get back to you. Or you could have mom, dad, grandma send me a message on Class Dojo. But it's better if you put it in Google Classroom, because I will be responding to you personally instead of responding to your parents, okay? I want you to ask me directly instead of going through mom, dad, or grandma, okay? So that's it for today. Don't forget your Mix and Match Monday. I can't wait to see your pictures because I'm very mixed and matched here, okay? And I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.